So I was asked to do a devotion today, and I got to thinking, it's weird that we call them devotionals, or like devotions. And I was thinking, how do we get that term? You know, we wake up and we do these devotions, or we think about carving out this time in our day to do devotions, and it's just kind of a weird term that we've labeled it. So I looked up the word devotions in the dictionary, and it means love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person, activity, or cause. And also I looked in Scripture. The first time that the word was used in Scripture in this way was actually 1 Chronicles 28, 9 and 10. And that reads, "And you, my son Solomon, acknowledge the God of your father, and serve him with a wholehearted devotion and with a willing mind. For the Lord searches every heart and understands every desire and every thought. If you seek him, he will be found by you, but if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. Consider now, for the Lord has chosen you to build a house as the sanctuary. Be strong and do the work." Shlomo, which is actually Solomon's name in Hebrew, actually means God's peace or perfection. In other words, God's shalom. The word shalom carries with it not only peace and comfort, but the complete destruction of chaos in our lives and the restoration of wholeness. We see in the verse above that God is telling Shlomo or Solomon to serve him with a whole heart, or in Hebrew, a belev shalom. John 14:27 reads, "Shalom I leave with you, my shalom I give to you, not as the world gives to you. Let not your hearts be troubled or chaotic, neither let them be afraid." In other words, let your hearts be anything, not be anything other than whole. By remaining in his shalom, our hearts will be restored and not chaotic. So our devotion should be a renewing of his wholeness or shalom. But who doesn't have chaos in their lives? Chaos can come in the form of finishing a last-minute paper, an argument with a spouse or significant other, having a friend or family member who is struggling with an addiction, planning for a wedding, or just trying every moment to make it out of your front door, anything other than stressed. Chaos is the opposite of wholeness and rest. And here's where the importance of devotion comes in. Setting apart a particular time of day to renew our hearts and minds is essential to our ability to reflect his wholeness. In other words, our wholehearted devotion will enable us to live up to our names, as Solomon had to live up to his name, and it will equip us to do the work of building the sanctuary. And this sanctuary, however, will be built in time as we can, as Hebrew 4 reads, go boldly to the throne of our gracious God, where we will receive his mercy, and we will find grace to help us when we need it the most. Lamentations 3:22 and 23 says, "Because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions and mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning, and great is your faithfulness." So next time you find yourself hitting the snooze button on your alarm clock, or possibly skipping QT with our Maker, just remember that extended periods of time not seeking him and his shalom will ultimately leave us weaker and ill-equipped to do what it is we are called to do. So be strong and do the work. With that, I was going to take prayer requests.